Think like a sailor. Sailors, with their built-in sense of order, service, and discipline, should really be running the world. The words said by Nicholas Monsarrat. To think like a sailor means approaching challenges and situations with the mindset and skills of a sailor. Sailors are the most prominent collectors of beautiful sunsets. Sailors have the natural beauty that they encounter during their travels. Since sailors spend so much time on the water, they can witness many stunning sunsets that may not be visible to people on land. Sailors enjoy collecting these beautiful sunsets as souvenir or memory of their travels and sincerely appreciate nature's beauty. To think like a sailor involves being adaptable, observant, patient, decisive, skilled, prepared, self-sufficient, and respectful of the sea and other vessels and the environment. When faced with complex conditions, sailors rely on their experience and training to make informed decisions and navigate their vessels safely. They must anticipate and react to changing conditions, adjust their course, and work with their crew to ensure everyone is safe and their equipment functions correctly. Thinking like a sailor also involves a deep appreciation for the sea and the environment. Sailors must respect the power of the ocean and the creatures that inhabit it and take care to minimize their impact on the environment. Overall, thinking like a sailor requires unique skills and a particular mindset for successful navigating the open water. To think like a sailor, one must possess a particular set of skills and characteristics essential for sailing. Here are a few key traits and skills to keep in mind. Be adaptable. Be observant. Be patient. Be decisive. Be skilled. Be prepared. Be self-sufficient. And be respectful. Let's start with the first one. Sailors must be adaptable. Being a sailor requires adapting to changing conditions due to weather, tides, or unexpected obstacles. Adaptability is a critical skill that allows sailors to navigate difficult situations and reach their destinations safely. Weather conditions can change rapidly, and a sailor must be prepared to adjust their course and speed accordingly. For example, if a sudden storm approaches, the sailor must be able to quickly assess the situation and make necessary adjustments, such as refilling the sails or altering the course. Similarly, if the wind direction changes, the sailor must be able to adapt by adjusting the sail trim to maintain the most efficient course. Tides are another factor that can impact a sailor's journey. Tidal currents can change direction and strength, making it challenging to navigate through narrow channels or harbor entrances. A sailor must be able to adapt by using the tide tables and adjusting their course and speed to compensate for the changing conditions. For example, a sailor may need to time their arrival at a harbor entrance to coincide with a favorable tidal current to avoid being swept off course. Unexpected obstacles can also arise, such as submerged rocks or other hazards. A sailor must be able to adapt by making quick decisions and taking appropriate action to avoid a collision or other accident. For example, if a sailor spots a submerged rock ahead, they may need to quickly alter their course or reduce speed to avoid a collision. Adaptability is a critical skill not only for sailors, but also for you and me and many people in professions. In the workplace, for example, unexpected challenges can arise, and the ability to adapt can make a significant difference in the outcome. For example, an adaptable employee can adjust their workflow and prioritize tasks to meet the new deadline if a project deadline is moved up. Similarly, adaptable employees can adjust to new roles and responsibilities if a company reorganizes. Adaptability is also essential in everyday life. For example, if a person's travel plans are disrupted due to unforeseen circumstances such as flight delay or cancellation, they must be able to adapt by making alternative arrangements. This may influence finding alternative transportation, adjusting their itinerary, or rescheduling their appointments. In summary, adaptability is critical for sailors and you and me in all the other professions. Adapting to changing conditions and unexpected obstacles can significantly affect the outcome. By developing this skill, you can navigate through difficult situations and achieve your goals, whether reaching a destination safely or meeting a project deadline. Being a sailor requires constant awareness of the surrounding environment, including the wind and waves. Reading the elements and making informed decisions is critical to ensuring a safe and successful journey. Reading the wind and waves involves observing and interpreting the changes in their behavior. A sailor must understand the wind's patterns, such as its direction, speed, and gusts. They must also be able to read the waves and understand their behavior, such as their height, frequency, and direction of travel. For example, a sailor may notice the wind changing direction, requiring them to adjust their sails and change the boat's course. Similarly, a sailor may notice changes in the waves, such as increased heights, requiring them to adjust the boat's speed to maintain stability and safety. The ability to read the wind and waves also allows a sailor to make informed decisions about navigation. For example, sailors may navigate around an area with dangerous currents or waves based on their understanding of environmental factors. Reading the wind and waves is essential not just for sailors, but also for you and me. For example, athletes who compete in water sports such as surfing or windsurfing must also be able to read the elements and make informed decisions. In these sports, understanding the patterns of the waves and the wind can mean the difference between success and failure. Similarly, farmers who rely on the wind and weather conditions for crop growth must also be able to read the elements. Farmers must understand the impact of wind patterns and rainfall on crop growth and adjust their planting and harvesting schedules accordingly. Being a sailor requires constant awareness of the surrounding environment, including the wind and waves. Reading the elements, making informed decisions is critical to ensuring a safe and successful journey. The skill of reading the wind and waves is also relevant in other professions, such as water sports and agriculture. By developing this skill, you can make informed decisions and achieve your goals, whether reaching a destination safely or growing a successful crop. Sailors must be patient. The life of a sailor is not for any and everyone. Living on the open sea takes a rigid, resilient, fearless individual. Sailing requires patience and the ability to wait for the right conditions or weather. A sailor must be willing to wait for the optimal moment to set sail and be prepared to wait out a storm if necessary. Waiting for the right conditions involves understanding the factors that impact sailing, such as wind direction and strength, wave patterns and currents. A sailor must understand these elements well and wait for the optimal conditions to embark on their journey. For example, a sailor may wait for a favorable wind direction and strength to begin their journey, as this can make the journey smoother and faster. Waiting out a storm is also an essential aspect of sailing. Storms can be unpredictable and dangerous, and waiting for them to pass can help to ensure the safety of the crew and the vessel. A sailor must be prepared to wait out a storm and have the necessary supplies and equipment to do so safely. For example, a sailor may need to wait for several days for a storm to pass, ensuring they have enough food, water, and other supplies to sustain themselves. Patience is essential not just for sailors, but also for you and me and people in other professions. For example, entrepreneurs often wait for the right moment to launch their business or introduce a new product. Waiting for the optimal moment can increase the chances of success and help to avoid unnecessary risks. Similarly, athletes must often wait for the right conditions to compete in their sport. For example, surfers may wait for the right wave conditions to practice and compete, as this can impact their performance and safety. In summary, sailing requires patience, and the ability to wait for the right conditions or weather. A sailor must be willing to wait for the optimum moment to set sail and be prepared to wait out a storm if necessary. The skill of patience is also relevant in other professions, such as entrepreneurship and athletics. By developing this skill, you can make informed decisions and increase your chances of success, whether reaching a destination safely or launching a successful business. Sailors must be decisive. A sailor making quick and informed decisions are essential to navigating the boat effectively and safely. The ability to make decisions quickly, whether adjusting sails or changing course, can mean the difference between success and failure. In sailing, conditions can change rapidly, and a sailor must be prepared to make quick decisions in response. For example, if the wind suddenly changes direction, a sailor must be able to quickly adjust the sails and steer the boat to maintain their course. Similarly, if a storm approaches, a sailor must be able to decide whether to wait it out or take action to avoid it. Making quick decisions requires a combination of knowledge and experience. A sailor must deeply understand the environmental factors that impact sailing, such as wind, waves, and currents. Additionally, they must have experience in navigating different conditions and have a good sense of what actions are necessary in different situations. Quick decision making is also essential in other professions, such as emergency services. For example, emergency responders must be able to quickly assess a situation and decide the appropriate course of action. Similarly, military personnel must be able to make quick decisions in response to changing circumstances on the battlefield. In summary, as a sailor, making quick and informed decisions is essential to navigating the boat effectively and safely. Making decisions quickly, whether adjusting sails or changing course, requires knowledge, experience, and skill. Quick decision making is also essential in other professions such as emergency services and the military. By developing this skill, you can make informed decisions and respond effectively to changing circumstances, whether navigating a boat or responding to an emergency. Sailors must be skilled. To navigate a boat effectively, a sailor must have technical skills in operating the vessel and maneuvering it through various environments, from open sea to narrow channels. Operating a vessel requires various technical skills such as how to steer the boat, adjust sails, and control the engine. A sailor must also be able to read navigational charts, use GPS technology, and communicate with other crew members effectively. Maneuvering through different environments also requires technical skills such as understanding the impact of wind and waves on the boat's movement and navigating through narrow channels or around obstacles. For example, in narrow channels, a sailor may need to use specific techniques to maintain control of the boat and avoid collisions with other vessels. Technical skills are crucial for sailors and you and me. For example, pilots must have technical skills in operating aircraft and navigating through different weather conditions. Similarly, engineers must have technical skills in designing and operating complex systems. A sailor must have skills in operating a vessel and navigating various environments. Technical skills include the ability to steer the boat and adjust sails, read navigational charts, and communicate with other crew members effectively. The skill of technical expertise is also relevant in other professions such as aviation and engineering. Developing technical skills allows you to operate and navigate complex systems effectively and safely. Sailors must be prepared. As a sailor, being prepared for the unexpected is critical to ensuring the safety of the crew and the vessel. Unexpected events can occur anytime, whether a sudden storm or a mechanical failure, and a sailor must be ready to respond quickly and also effectively. One way sailors can prepare for the unexpected is by ensuring the boat has the necessary safety equipment, such as life jackets, flasks, and a first aid kit. These readily available items can help minimize the impact of unexpected events and ensure the crew is prepared for any situation. Another way that sailors can prepare for the unexpected is by developing contingency plans for different scenarios. For example, if a certain storm approaches, the crew may need to quickly take action to adjust the sails and steer the boat to safety. Similarly, if a mechanical failure occurs, the crew may need to work together to make necessary repairs and ensure the safety of the vessel and the crew. Being prepared for the unexpected is essential, not just for sailors, but also for you and me and many people in other professions. For example, emergency responders must be prepared to respond quickly and effectively to unexpected events such as natural disasters or accidents. Similarly, healthcare professionals must be prepared to respond to unexpected medical emergencies and provide immediate care. To put it briefly, being prepared for the unexpected is essential for sailors to ensure the safety of their crew and the vessel. Preparation includes having necessary safety equipment on board, developing contingency plans for different scenarios, and being ready to respond quickly and effectively to unexpected events. This skill of being prepared for the unexpected is also relevant in other professions, such as emergency response and healthcare. By developing this skill, you can respond to unexpected events effectively and minimize the impact of unforeseen circumstances. Sailors must be self-sufficient. Sailing often requires being self-sufficient and relying on one's resources, whether fixing equipment or navigating without GPS. Sailors must be resourceful and creative in finding solutions to challenges that may arise during their journey. Being self-sufficient means having the necessary skills and knowledge to handle different tasks on their boat, such as repairing equipment or maintaining the engine. For example, if the engine fails, a sailor must be able to diagnose and fix the problem or find alternative ways to navigate the boat. Navigating without GPS is also an essential skill. While GPS technology has made navigation easier, sailors must be able to navigate using traditional methods such as reading maps and observing the stars. This skill requires a deep understanding of navigational principles and the ability to adapt to different conditions. Being self-sufficient and relying on your resources is essential for sailors, and also it's applicable to entrepreneurs. For example, they must be self-sufficient, rely on their resources to launch and run their business. Similarly, outdoor enthusiasts such as hikers and campers must be self-sufficient and rely on their resources to navigate and survive in the wilderness. Briefly, sailing often requires being self-sufficient and relying on one's resources. This includes having the necessary skills and knowledge to handle different tasks on the boat, such as repairing equipment or maintaining the engine. It also includes the ability to navigate without GPS using traditional methods. Self-sufficiency is also relevant in other professions, such as entrepreneurship and outdoor recreation. By developing this skill, you can rely on your resources to overcome challenges and achieve your goals. Whether navigating a boat or launching a successful business. Sailors must be respectful of the sea. Being out at sea for extended periods, sailors can witness some truly stunning sunsets. The combination of the vast expanse of the ocean and the colors of the setting sun can generally be breathtaking. It is no wonder sailors often become collectors of these beautiful sunsets, carrying the memories long after returning to land. It is a reminder of the beauty of the world and the importance of taking the time to appreciate it. As a sailor, respecting the sea, other vessels, and environments is essential. This means following rules and regulations, practicing safe boating, and minimizing environmental impact. Respecting the sea involves understanding its power and unpredictability. A sailor must be aware of the weather conditions, tides, and currents, and cautiously navigate. In addition, a sailor must respect other vessels and give them the right of way when necessary, particularly in narrow channels or congested areas. Practicing safe boating is necessary to ensure the safety of the crew and the vessel. This includes wearing life jackets, using navigational lights, and having the necessary safety equipment on board. A sailor must also be aware of the potential hazards, such as rocks, shoals, and other obstructions, and take necessary precautions to avoid them. Minimizing the impact on the environment is also essential for sailors. This includes properly disposing of waste, avoiding littering, and minimizing using engines and other equipment that can harm the environment. Additionally, sailors should be aware of protected areas and avoid disturbing the natural habitat of marine life. Respecting the sea and other vessels and the environment is crucial for sailors. For example, hikers must respect the natural environment, avoid damaging plants and wildlife. Similarly, drivers must respect other vehicles and follow the traffic rules and regulations. In summary, a sailor must respect the sea and other vessels, and also the environment. This involves following rules, regulations, practicing safe boating, and minimizing environmental impact. Respecting the sea and the environment is also relevant in other professions, such as outdoor recreation and transportation. By developing this skill, you can promote safety and sustainability and minimize the impact of your action to the environment. By cultivating certain traits and skills, you can learn to think like a sailor and approach challenges confidently and with resilience. These skills include adaptability, situational analysis, patience, quick decision-making, technical expertise, preparation for the unexpected, self-sufficiency, and respect for the sea and the environment. Adaptability is essential for sailors, as they must adjust to changing weather conditions, tides, and currents. Situational analysis is critical for sailors to read the wind and waves and make informed decisions. Patience is necessary for waiting for the right conditions or waiting out a storm. Quick decision-making is essential for sailors to respond to unexpected events or changing conditions quickly. Technical expertise is essential for sailors to operate vessels and navigate different environments. Being prepared for the unexpected requires contingency planning and having the necessary safety equipment on board. Self-sufficiency means having the skills and knowledge to handle different tasks on their boat, such as repairing equipment or maintaining the engine. Respecting the sea and other vessels and the environment is essential for promoting safety and sustainability. These skills are crucial not just for sailors, but also for you and me in different professions. For example, entrepreneurs must be adaptable and quick decision makers to respond to changing market conditions. Healthcare professionals must be prepared for the unexpected and have technical expertise in providing medical care. Outdoor enthusiasts such as hikers and campers must be self-sufficient and respect the environment. By cultivating these skills and traits, you can learn to think like a sailor and approach challenges confidently and resiliently. These skills are transferable to other areas of life and can help you to navigate complex situations and overcome challenges effectively. By developing these skills, you can build a strong foundation for success in your personal and professional life. A ship without sailors is like a body without a soul. The life of a sailor is not for anyone. Living on the open sea takes a rugged, resilient, fearless individual. Sailors are made, not born. Thinking like a sailor involves a particular mindset shaped by the unique challenges and the demands of the life at sea. Sailors tend to be practical, resourceful, and focused with a deep understanding of the intricacies of their vessels and the forces of wind and water that propel them. They constantly assess conditions and make decisions based on their observations and experience. Sailors must also be prepared for the unexpected, as they are often at the mercy of the elements and must be ready to adapt to changing circumstances. They are typically self-sufficient and have a strong sense of responsibility for their safety and that of their crew. In addition to technical expertise, sailors often have a deep appreciation for the natural world and a sense of adventure and curiosity. They may be motivated by a desire to explore new places and challenge themselves in new ways. Thinking like a sailor involves practicality, adaptability, responsibility, and a love of adventure and nature. Thinking like a sailor is a mindset honed over years of experience and requires a deep respect for the power and beauty of the sea. Yours, Dr. Masasekani Misha-Khosa, Director of the Fresh Thinking Business School, the Thinking Futurist. Thank you.